Welcome back to Open Sales Expeditions.
In this video, our scavenger hunt has taken us to Cape Town, South Africa, where we experienced rich culture, met incredible new faces,
and had a few very unexpected encounters along the way.
If this is your first time to the channel, I'm Kelby.
I'm Charla.
And I'm Zach.
In this video, we'll discuss some key travel tips, wild cultural differences, the food, of course, and the most memorable moments we had personally during our time here.
And let's not forget about the unique items we found for our scavenger hunt list, but you'll have to wait till the end for that.
If you're wondering how this trip was possible, a friend of ours who is South African has a travel company where she curates transformative experiences that combines the beauty of travel and self-discovery. And we had the pleasure of being one of her pilot groups, so huge shout out to our good friend JJ.
As far as travel tips go, one of the first things you should know is how to get around. While Cape Town offers tour buses to all the hot spots in the city, we used a rental car for our transportation. This proved to be more convenient, especially for our travel needs. For all our American viewers, do be aware that they do drive on the left side of the road, which you get used to after a few days. They also use the metric system, so you'll be using kilometers, not miles. Thankfully, JJ, aware of all of this, took care of the driving for us.
If you're wanting to charge your mobile devices while in Cape Town, you're most likely going to need a power adapter. South Africa uses Type M outlets, and you can get adapters for whatever country you are coming from on Amazon or online stores ahead of time. Or you can get them from local convenience stores. Airport shops are also an alternative, however, you will have to deal with the more expensive prices. You might also want to bring some power banks along with you, as South Africa experiences something called load shedding or rolling blackouts. This means at certain periods of time each day, different parts of the country lose all electrical power, including traffic lights, in order to weaken the load on the nation's power grid. Some places have backup generators and some don't, so it's good to come prepared just in case. Another thing to be aware of is the currency exchange. The native currency of this beautiful country is the South African rand, which can have very significant exchange rates depending on what nation you're visiting from. For us as Americans, every US dollar was worth roughly 18 rand, and the cost of living proved to be very cheap compared to other places we've explored over the years.
There are 11 official languages in South Africa. Some include Zulu, Afrikaans, and English. We ran into almost no language barriers wherever we went, as a majority of the population speaks English fluently. In the Cape Town region, Afrikaans seems to be the second most prominent language, so if you would like to learn some of their dialect before visiting, Afrikaans might be a good one to tackle.
Coming from America, where we can be pretty individualistic, doing our own things, chasing our own ambitions, all while not being terribly concerned with the others around us, one of the first things we noticed was how community-oriented everyone was. People seemed way more concerned with slowing down and making connections.
What better way to make connections than by sharing a meal? Speaking of which, the food in South Africa is influenced by the flavors of India, Malaysia, the Dutch, France, and Britain, resulting in incredible fusions and taste.
South Africa, like many others, has different regulations on food than the US. Everything we ate, whether at a restaurant or home-cooked meals made by new friends, tasted fresh and delicious. Cultural differences. So a few of us arrived in South Africa sick, and thankfully our friend JJ knew exactly where to go. A small building in a shopping center that had just about any pharmaceutical product that one would need without going into a hospital. The chemist working behind the counter asked me a handful of questions and instantly knew what I had and how to treat it. After spending less than $20, I had 4 different medications to help me with the case of laryngitis that I had.
The great thing about the way JJ puts together her trips, you don't just fall in love with a place, but you have the opportunity to share love with the people. This led to one of my favorite moments of the trip. There's a facility called the Dream Center that JJ partners with that aspires to not just support the people living in the informal settlement, their building neighbors, but equips them with community, education, workable skills, and faith. I was given the opportunity to start a mural on the newly constructed back wall of a multi-sports field. The words, "You can, you will," are centered on the wall, with partial portraits of people playing sports like soccer, cricket, and rugby. The hours were long, the sun was incredibly hot, but the ability to share art, creativity, and encouragement with anyone that steps on that field makes this one of my favorite memories.
Personally, my favorite moment of the trip was being able to teach piano to some of the kids within the Dream Center. I was asked beforehand to do some music lessons during our stay and wasn't sure what to expect exactly. But once I started working with the kids, I could see how eager and excited they were to learn something new. That was really refreshing to see and fulfilling to be a part of.
I can't pick a favorite moment, but some of my favorite moments are ones spent with locals. We had the opportunity to meet some of the most amazing people. I can honestly say, more than the adventures, more than the sights, more than food, the people are by far the biggest treasure of the country. The genuine love that each person has for you is unmatched by any other experience you could have there.
Now, as far as our scavenger hunt goes, we are able to mark a few things off of our list during this trip. The sunset from the top of Lion's Head Mountain isn't something I could just pick up and put in my pocket to take home. So I used my Polaroid SX70 to document the moment and mark sunset off my scavenger hunt list. The peak of Lion's Head, where the photo was taken, is 669 meters or 2,195 feet above sea level, and the trail to get to that peak is no easy task. A steep incline welcomes you onto the trail and leads you to narrow mountain paths, metal ladders attached to the side of the mountain, and large stepped rocks. Don't forget the chains that are placed to help keep hikers from leaning a bit too far over the edge. Keep in mind that I was struggling to control asthma, and this felt nearly impossible at times. A few breaks, lots of water, and a few pep talks later, we all made it to the summit, so it only felt right to choose this to document this trip.
So my scavenger item is kind of a funny story. I wasn't sure which thing I wanted to hunt for in South Africa until something special happened. At the Dream Center, the surrounding area is made up of gravel rock driveways. While I was navigating through the grounds, one of these rocks ended up getting lodged in the bottom of my shoe. I didn't notice it until days later when Kelby and Charla pointed it out, but afterwards I realized that I didn't even need to go hunting for my scavenger item. My scavenger item came hunting for me. And so for this trip, I'll be checking off a smooth rock from my search list.
For my item, I decided I wanted to get a penguin feather. But how do you get a penguin feather? Honestly, I didn't know how. I was just hoping for the best. The first step, going to Boulders Beach, home of the African penguin. Little did I know it was molting season for them. So as soon as we got to them, all I had to do was find a feather laying on the ground that wasn't dirty and wasn't messed up. And just like that, I checked a feather off of my list. Overall, this was an amazing trip. We met so many incredible people, learned so much about the country and culture, and we can't wait for the next one. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel to keep up with this journey, because we have so many more items to find and so many more nations to experience.